I'm going to do what I did last time and once again show you what the page does before I actually show you how it does it. You'll note that this is the same kind of report as before, except now I can add my own comment at the bottom. And I'll go ahead and do that. My name is Woodstock. Nope, that's not. There we go. And there is my treehouse. Okay. So I've added in 3 items. Note that there obviously isn't a question here asking for my CID because that would really freak people out. I'm going to post that. And now, as you can see, it's added as a post on the things I can post. And in fact, if I go to, let's see if I'm still logged in. I am. If I go to my database and I take a look in the new app table, you'll see, if I browse, that it's added it in as a new item right there. Okay, so how is it that I did that? Okay, I was working off the same document. I have the same access information. I make the connection just as I did before. But now I have a new section. First, let me actually go down to the very bottom. Every time it produces the page, no matter what in this case, it's going to have this add your own comment piece. So now every time it produces the page, it's going to have this add your own comment piece. It's got the H2 that says add your own comment and the form itself with each of these pieces. So this is produced no matter what. Now, if you look at the section up here, you'll see that we've added, we make the connection, but then we've added a section right here. If there is that post, if it's coming from the form, in other words, if someone has filled out the form and come back, there's going to be stuff in that post array. And if there's stuff there, then we're going to do this whole section right here. Okay? So this section only happens, if you just did it normally and nothing happens, this section only happens if someone has filled out the post and then it's come back to it. So what does it do? Well, it takes the name from real name on the form. It takes the email from email on the form. It takes comment from the comment on the form. We've done this all before back when you did your Mad Libs, if you did the activity in the first few sections. So now we've got those 3 variables, name, email, and comment. We're going to create a new kind of query called insert into new app. Or insert into is what it's called. And we're going to insert into the table new app. And these are the things we're going to provide: the name, the email, and the comment. I ran out of space here just because I have very large text, and also it gives me an excuse to say, if I do this, query equals this, and in the next line I say query equals dot this. I didn't do it in the video, but as a comment I say that you could increment things by saying, for example, $x++ to make it go up by 1. This is kind of like that. It says you can add to a string. So what this says is when you say dot equals, it says take whatever's in query already, which is this up here, and then add to it what I'm about to say. So that's what this is. This is actually all one string. So insert into new app these 3 things, and then the values are going to be these 3 things. And they're the name, email, and comment. Note real quickly here that I've put quotes around each of these items. That's really important and something that people often forget, that you need those quotes. It can be single quotes or double quotes. I'm using single quotes because I have double quotes on the outside and it's easier to do it that way. But either way is fine, but you need to quote each of these values if they're strings. So because each of these are strings, we need to put quotes around them when we make the query. Now we've got this string called query, and we go ahead and we do result equals db query my connection. Remember, the db is the database that we set way up here, ICM Halibay. The query is what we've just created here, and the my connection is the connection that we established right up here. So once again, this is the exact same command actually as the one we hit again right here. They're exactly the same. What it's saying is basically execute the query that I've created. Now in this case, the only result that's going to come back is, yep, did it. Because we're inserting a record, right? So in this one down here, we actually get, oops, I called it results down here. Oh well, that's okay. In this one down here, I actually get results coming back. We should do that actually. Results coming back. It doesn't matter what we call it, right? But in this case, the only result is going to be either yes or no. And in the case of no results, then we're going to go ahead and, this is arrow trapping again, make sure an error is published. So this is the little bit that we've added in here, and all this is the logic that says take whatever comes in the form and insert it out into the database. And then from there, it's all the same. We're still going to produce the form again so that you could sit there all day long and just do, comment after comment after comment. And it would just keep adding it in as it came back to index.html. So this concludes the most important piece, which is how to get stuff out of a database and how to put stuff into a database. From here, from this atomic level of how to do these, you can build just about any sort of program you want for the internet. If you think about what, for example, a blog is all about taking data from a form and putting it in a database and then producing that form as a web page. Producing that data from the database as a web page. Delicious is all about taking data from a form, putting it in a database, and then producing it back out onto the web. Now, of course, they're more complicated than this, but the basic structure here of taking data from people and then putting it back out is the same all the way across all PHP and pretty much all web applications out there. All right. So there's lots more we could do with PHP. In the next section, we're actually going to talk about how we can alter existing PHP applications rather than start from scratch, how we can find cookbook solutions out there for what we want to do. But what I've decided to do this semester is kind of provide you with just the very bare basics of what PHP is. From here, it is actually, once you get these basic concepts down, it's easy to learn about new functions and kind of build from this basic understanding. All right, thanks.